If you're always gonna get a good laugh when Will comes on the show. Yo, what's going on? It's your boys, the Swoop Boys, and welcome to the podcast. We got James Bradbury, he's the Eagle. Episode 14. What's going on, man? Y'all know who it is, King K, but y'all can call me King. I got my guys with me. Y'all know who it is, Coach Marcus on the bottom. I got Ill Will, Mr. AKA Illmatic, and then last but not least, Mr. Affiliated Poppy with the open jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Feeling, you know
showing the taco meat with the chain, you know what I mean?
That's what a West Coast win will do for you, you know what I'm saying? Have a Philly fan feeling real good, you know? Hey, we out here today.
Oh man, so we appreciate y'all for jumping in, man, and joining us. You know, the Swoop Boys, Swoop Squad. Yo, what's up, man? Can we see Swoop Squad? Swoop. As y'all know, man, we come to y'all with that live, that correct heat for the streets contact with Philadelphia Eagles. Your Philadelphia 76ers, your boys, the Broad Street Bulls. Y'all know who that is, the Philadelphia Phillies. Oh, Flyers. Sorry, I'm all jacking up. And we come with the Flyers. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, man, how y'all been?
Man, amazing. You know what I'm saying? Was at reggaeton concerts, you know what I'm saying? With the wifey.
I see.
Living my best life, you know what I'm saying? He was out here, you know? All I'm managing to raise a beautiful baby at the same time.
Hey, there you go. Happy birthday, Ill Will.
Oh yeah.
Oh, May 10th. Yeah, how you gonna forget your own birthday?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you too, King. Yeah, both of y'all.
Appreciate
day
you.
Apart.
Day apart.
It was funny because
I
I didn't even know that, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy because Rico's in the text and he goes, "Happy birthday." I think he said happy birthday to me. And you like, nah, thanks, cuz. I was like, yo, hold up. I thought you said it to me. Yeah, so happy birthday, bro.
It was one of those things too, because when you said your response, I was like, oh, there goes baby. Like,
hey, Lex, what's going on?
When you responded, I was like, wait a minute, that was kind of a weird response. I don't know what he was trying to say there. Like, you'd be like, all right, just let it sit there.
Right. Let it marinate. Somebody got to say something, right?
Yes, sir.
And then after that, we got Marcus, aka Coach Marcus. He's out here showing us he's living La Vida Loca in what was it, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? He over here showing us. Yeah, man, what's going on, bro?
I'm good.
The newest Swoop Boy.
The
newest Swoop Boy. Let's give a shout out to that as I'm about to kill my Henny. This should be plenty. What's going on, man? Let's go. 1, 2, and 3. Woo! So y'all know what it is, weekly time, man. Woo. But tonight we got my main man, my brother, my mentor, the person that actually got me to jump out of my shell and do this and go up on my own. He was responsible for the reason why I'm king. You know what? He has a special introduction because this is just the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? Let's just shout out. Let's give him a shout out real quick.
The man.
My man.
Got me
Saunders.
Pork roll.
Saunders.
Trying to say I'm fat? You trying to say I'm fat?
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
Oh man, what's good, brother? How you doing?
Hey man, you know how I'm doing. We signed James Bradbury, so obviously pretty geeked up, man. You can't tell me nothing today, really.
Facts. Yo, what's up, Jordan? What's up? Shout out to my cousin Jordan back in South Jersey. Always showing the support. But yeah, man, appreciate you coming. Yo, I think we all excited about my man, Mr. James Bradbury. So I guess we can elaborate on. Let's go. What's going on, man? I'm super excited about this, bro.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hey, man, we finally got a serviceable, more than serviceable too. We got a solid cornerback. I had to call my Giant friends to make sure how they were feeling. Mm-hmm. So if they were upset, I knew we're in a good space. I feel like he's a guy that can cover these bigger corners. The twitchier guys, he might have some issues with, but we have Darius Slay for that. Overall, I think from a cornerback 1 to 2 to 3 perspective, we got one of the best groups in the NFL, and it's kind of wild to say that.
Most definitely.
I'm happy you said that right away. I'm happy you said that right away because I saw a lot of Cowboys fans over here with that picture of Bradbury getting smoked by CD. Hey, Cowboys fans, guess what? He ain't covering CD, baby. We got Darius for that. Yo, when we're talking about having a strong number 2 cornerback, Bradbury is going to be solid for us, and the proof is going to be in the pudding this season. Yo, this Eagles defense is locked and loaded. This is going to be a legendary day. Remember where you were when you saw we signed James Bradbury, y'all.
So someone's going to record this shit and send it to you like 20 years.
Bradbury gets injured the first week. Like, no!
Don't do that. We'll talk to him.
Already knew Slagan. Now, Nelson was good last year, but we talking like pass rush coming back. Ooh. And we got linebackers. So I'm not getting excited, though. I'm gonna let it.
No, get excited, man. I mean, life is short, bro.
I got Namdi back in the day, man. I ain't doing it no more.
No.
You a fool. Come on, man. Y'all are putting salt on this. Come on. You really messed me up with the Nabi. Come on, man. Damn.
It's better than burnt toast. I'll tell you that much.
Bradley, you talking about with Kerry Williams?
Bradley Fletcher?
Oh, I'm too.
I was gonna say Maxwell.
It was tired.
Maxwell. Yeah, that was terrible too.
Yeah. You guys already know how I feel about Byron Maxwell. I told y'all why it wasn't gonna work in the beginning. You can't trust the brother. He don't got a clean lineup. And when he was getting $70 million, and you didn't get a lineup, get out of here.
Man.
All right, Coach Marcus, let them know what's up, man.
Hey, we got a proven CB1 playing CB2 in the right time because we got a couple of NFC South teams we're gonna play this year, so we good.
Got it. Yeah. And then I'm gonna add my little 2 cents, man. We haven't had a DB duo like this since Shepard and
the Reggie Bush killer.
Yeah, Shepard and Brown. So we haven't had this Debo like a DB duo like this in a long time. So I am truly excited. And speaking excited, and I know you guys are really, really excited. But you know what? Before that, let's.
What that Jawn is?
Oh, you know what that means.
Yeah, you don't know what that is. What's that Jawn is? Basically, what I'm saying, man, I'm excited for this season. And my brother's going to talk a little bit about. They're going to elaborate a little bit about it, but I'm going to elaborate a little bit about the signing. So, James Bradbury, man, he signed for a 1-year deal, $7.5 million, $2.5 million, and can be added to that. So, add a total of 10 incentives. How do we feel about this? Is this one of those like told you so Howie moments? Like I'm in the cut. Am I in the cut type of job? Is that one of these?
Put that hardware.
First off, where'd you get that picture of Howie? He looked like he about to drop the hottest mixtape of the year right there.
Yeah, because he is. He's about to drop the hottest mixtapes, huh?
Shit's called backloaded contracts. The album in stores.
Yo, what up, big brother Luce? What up?
They got faith in my boy Deuce back there. Epps about to ball out, man.
Yeah,
yes.
That's the Epps grade eat.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
Man, I think this is a moment where he can flex, showing that he's building something where, you know, you talk about players not wanting to play in Philly. That's a narrative that's out there. Now you have a guy Bradbury who's moving right down to 95. He's going to play his own team twice a year. The fact that his ex team is paying him more than we are paying him to play for the Eagles, and for me, I was like, it was definitely it was an option because I was like, they're like, how are you going to get Bradbury here? Well, you got to sell him on a dream. You got the recruiting slay services. I'm sure it was in his ear. And he told Josina Anderson, he said that this seemed like the perfect scheme for him. I was talking to my Giant guys, and they were saying that he felt he played out a scheme. So he's got a place that fits. But overall, I mean, how he can flex his muscle and just say that he's building something here that free agents want to be a part of.
Right. With this signing, do you feel? And I guess we can go into the question right here. Do you feel like do you feel like our safety position is our weakest point on our defense? Coach Marcus, go ahead, because I see you shaking your head.
No, I don't think it's the weakness. I think it was we were running a scheme with the wrong personnel, but now that we got the pieces in place, we can see how effective Gannon's going to be implementing the defense he wants to run. We saw flashes of it with Epps. I think he's actually going to become a starter. Anthony Harris, being a person that came from the Gannon tree, will help out, but we'll see. I think the Bradbury signing was the right piece that allows Maddox now to shine at the slot as the nickelback. So I think our defense should be. We were 11th in the league last year. I think we'll be a top 5 defense this upcoming year.
11 with no blitz at all, nothing, ever.
Nah, go ahead, Ilva. Don't talk to him.
Man, I think once you get the pieces in place, like he said, now these boys can get back there and play like they want to play. Safeties can come, they can step back and hit, read, and react instead of just saying, hey, we got to play. We're not getting no pass rush. We got to nothing deep, nothing cheap, right? So that's just how they were playing last year. They weren't going to give up nothing deep, nothing cheap. So this year, and we got linebackers too. Man, you might see something.
I mean, Will's talking about blitzing. You got one of the best blitzing linebackers out of college, the Kobe Dean. If you didn't see how he was utilized with Georgia, playing playing behind the guy that just also got drafted here, Jordan Davis. He's a guy that he can find those, those small creases and cause pressure, man. The Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis together are going to be a problem.
It's like Magic and Kobe.
Whoa.
Magic and Kareem.
Like and juice.
Yeah, hey man.
Yo, so we got another Swoop Boy. We just added onto the group, man. We got Charlie here, straight from Jersey. What's going on? How you doing?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Chilling, man.
How's everybody?
Man. Yo.
Feeling good, feeling great, baby. Hey, look, I'm gonna just say this real quick.
What's up?
All this talk about the defense got me confused because when we won the Super Bowl, our cornerbacks was Ronald Darby, Jalen Mills, and who was the other guy? Russell Douglas. Like, come on, bro. If you would have told me in the beginning of that season,
it was Patrick Robinson.
Patrick Robinson, who we didn't hear from, we never heard a word from after the situation, after the Super Bowl season, and it was a perfect hit. He had a career season. So the fact that we're coming into with one part of the defense that might be a little short on the safety, which I don't even think is a setback because I think Epps is going to eat, like you said. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think we got personnel in the building, and we got 10 linebackers signed to the roster right now. A couple of those guys is going to hit. Like, a couple
they
of
won't be battling it out.
Right. Rodney's injured in that shit, so you're looking at him even playing better. So
right now we got the perfect time for Gannon to go ahead and put up or shut up. Because last season I think we got a glimpse of a little bit of what he wanted to do. Now he has the actual personnel for what he really wants to go ahead and do here. And hey, if it's great, we're probably going to lose him after this season because he's going to be looking like a stud to get a head coach. Like the Broncos were talking about hiring this guy, So both ways, the Eagles fans are going to get what they want. One way or another, he's going to be gone. Either he's going to get hired off or he's going to get fired off. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about Gannon?
Yep.
Yeah, well, he needs to figure out how to blitz. I told you guys in the group chat the other day. He needs to figure out how to blitz. That zone defense is not going to work when you're playing the Cowboys when they click in, and when you're playing, the Bucks with Brady because he came back. He'd pick apart that zone defense all day back there. That'd put pressure on him.
The one thing
Eagles
about
gave up 500 plus yards. Yeah, it's still one. Exactly.
That was the Patriots give up.
Yeah, they gave up like 600, 700. The Foles.
That was a shootout. And if Alshon doesn't toss that flip and give it away, we walking away with that game. So
all right, let's get back on the defense though. So when we're talking about the defense portion, we're talking about you have two corners, you have good linebacker depth as well. I think a lot of the signings and a lot of the moves in the offseason, as you can see right there on the defense minus AJ Brown, we're leaving people out. I think we're leaving Josh Sweat out. We're leaving Milton Williams out. We're the Davion Taylor. He hasn't proven anything, but I think he is somebody that has talent and he can add something to this defense. We're forgetting a lot. So as a whole, you guys, I'm gonna get on 1 through 10. What do you rate this defense as a whole? Just on paper right now. I know we haven't seen.
I'm gonna give him an 8.5 right now.
Okay, great. What's up? Talk to me.
So I'm right there. I'm with Mr. Gale. You know what I'm saying? 8.5, maybe
Charlie.
even a 9. I don't know.
Okay, Charlie, talk to me.
With the additions, man, you gotta give him at least an 8. I gotta give him an 8 right now because they gotta prove themselves. Dean, he's coming off an injury. He has to prove himself. Milton Williams had a year last year. He's proven. Cox is proven. Josh Sweat. Barnett needs to prove himself again after receiving that deal. Hassan Reddick.
I don't need no more. I can't do no more penalties. I'm so tired of it.
Yeah, I'm tired of that crap. So they got to be disciplined and Gannon needs to hold these kids responsible for their actions. You know what I mean?
When you're talking about your second defensive end coming off the bench, that's a luxury right there. Like Derek Barnett is who he is. I think being serviceable is that's great for depth, and we saw that 2017 defensive front. They were just getting they get winded. Someone comes off the bench and they're firing at all cylinders. We got interchangeable pieces. We got some. We can throw some hybrid looks out there. You can do some crazy things with Jordan Davis. I think Fletcher Cox, the fact that he's going to get a breather. Talk about the fourth quarter. Now these guys are going to have a little bit more extra juice, push up in the interior, in the pocket where those guys like Tom Brady live. It's going to be serious, man. And the fact that you look at the positions, cornerback 2 upgraded from Nelson. You talk about Jannard Avery, the role he played in the defense, upgraded. We have Hassan Reddick. You talk about Kaiser White. No, there's so many players that you keep forgetting about.
Yeah, and you do forget about
Josh Sweat is an afterthought. Like Josh Sweat is still going to be a menace himself.
Yeah.
I'm just saying every time I see a podcast or somebody on Twitter, they're not talking about any of them weapons, and I'm like, yo, this is like a Batman belt when you have all the utilities and you're just gonna go crazy with it. You know what's funny? Yo, Reek, when this whole thing plays back, please grab this portion of the pod as you see me, Reek, Will, Marcus, our heads are all bobbing like bobbleheads while Gail's up here preaching. You know what I'm saying?
Looking like the inflatable guys.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
there's so many upgrades. We had Wilson and Alex Singleton. We rolled that out the first week.
We rocked with that. Was our starter. Like that was like we were depending on that guy.
And we was out here kidding ourselves like that shit was gonna work.
ESPN.
No,
ESPN put Alex Singleton.
What was his name before Alex Singleton?
Yeah, ESPN put him as the key departure, but then we added White, Reddick, Dean, Davis. Like, bro, if Singleton was the only key departure, we good.
Bro, we're not even talking about
that key.
We're not even talking about Maddox. We still got Maddox as the corner, as the third corner, as the slot corner. With McPherson, there was a lot of talk about McPherson last season. He's a young guy that they're interested in. So I mean, bro, and who else did we sign right before the other linebacker we brought in right before the
Kaiser White.
Kaiser White.
Kaiser White.
Bro, no one's talking about him. Like, come on, bro.
He's a Jersey kid.
You said a very key thing there, Mr. Gale Saunders. You said luxury. When I look around this defense, I see a lot of luxury pieces around there, and I'm excited because you know what, coming off injuries, coming back this season, I think we're gonna see the BG. I think we're gonna see the BG retire tour, but I think it's gonna be a very fun, beautiful tour. I think, and I was talking to King earlier. I think we're gonna get back to that the fun Philly sidelines. A lot of
we'll get back to that swag.
A lot of swaggy photos. I think a whole lot of that on the BG farewell tour, and I'm excited for every moment of it.
Not even that. Think of the combinations you're gonna have on defense as far as personnel wise. Like, bro, you can have a NASCAR package go straight speed. You can have your fat boy package go straight weight. Like. Yep. The opportunities is
whole lot of these this season, fellas. Whole lot of these.
Oh, for sure. You know what? You know what's crazy? What's crazy is though this defense is going to be shifting to a 3-4, right? Mm-hmm. Like we can all agree it's going to shift to a 3-4. Yeah. With that being said, you have so much depth. I want to see some movement. I don't want to see none of that Jim Schwartz picket fence, line up across a guy that's going to try to beat you. I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. And then the secret weapon and our Michael Parsons is Hassan Reddick. I want to see him be moved around that line of scrimmage, wrecking havoc. That's what I want.
You want to see stunts.
You want to be the mic.
Exactly. I want to see stunts. I want to see everything.
Crazy.
I want to see everything.
3-4, or you can switch it up on a 4-3. You could just do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's a hybrid. It's going to be a hybrid.
I want to raise a question real quick, just that's going to really play into all of this. And this goes back to the Howie situation. Howie might be smarter than any of us even realize. Because that Jawn is. I'll take that shot, baby. I'll take that shot because I think he was predicting this 3-4 situation. I think he was predicting the 3-4 situation 2 seasons ago. No one expected him to bring in Young Bull up front. Remember when they brought Hargrave in? None of us expected that signing at all. We're like, he's coming from a 3-4. What's he doing?
I forget. That's in the here. I forgot about Hargrave. I forgot.
Well,
Hargrave. Yeah, okay. That's on me. That
Jawn is.
That's on me.
That was a good one to get rid of Malik Jackson, though, because we signed him and he didn't really produce like we needed to.
He was hurt.
Man, the Malik Jackson era will be remembered as the Al Horford era in Philly.
That was a finesse.
So fellas, we're speaking on the defense. Let's switch on that. You know what? No, we're gonna switch it up. Gail Saunders, my man, got a question for you. What is your favorite childhood memory as an Eagles fan?
I was an Eagle fan. I was gonna say like,
nah, I'm not getting Dr. Phil in here.
Favorite childhood Eagles moment, probably maybe it's got to be. Randall. It has to do with Randall. Probably the play where Bruce Smith is coming behind his back and he just ducks and you're like, bro, how did you see that? And then he chucks it like 85 yards down to Fred Barnett. That was pretty amazing. Maybe the Pepper Johnson, where Keith Byers points at I mean Randall points and then he hits him and I'm like, Randall had so many like moments like this is like obviously for the young Bucks it's before Vic, but Randall was ahead of his time. So anything Randall.
I know they call him the Rocket Man, but they should have also called him Mr. Elastic, bro.
Rubber band man.
The Rubber Band
Rocket Man. Yo, appreciate everybody in the comments, man. I really appreciate y'all. Mark, what's up? Todd, what's going on? Keep an eye on Nazir Adrili. The Chargers drafted TJ Wood. He'll be available. All right, okay. So let's go on to the next question. So with this offseason moves, man.
Before we go any further, real quick. Hey, if you're in the chat, I need you to go right now. If you haven't already done it, like, subscribe, make sure you turn that alert on. You know what I'm saying? We need the support. Make sure you're on the Instagram, Swoop Boys on Instagram. Make sure you're following, you're reposting. Hey, we love y'all, so show us the love like that, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Ring that bell for us. Hit that.
Ring that bell, baby. Ring that bell.
Those are my guys. So the next question to you guys, fellas. With all the additionals to the offense and defense, and with the front office saying, hey, Jalen, here's the keys to the Corvette. How do you guys feel? What's the confidence for Jalen to be successful? Do you have the confidence in? Do you feel that they're doing the right thing? Or is this one of those things is like, this is trial and error. We have 2 first-round picks next year. We can bring in another one. We can bring in another quarterback, an experienced quarterback, or draft a quarterback. All right. Charlie, go ahead. You being quiet. I need to hear something from you, bro.
So, I mean, Jalen, everybody was talking about you got to give him a chance. So, in order for him to either, develop within an offense, you can't give him 1 year and judge it off of that 1 year. Even though he did good, I mean, he did great last year, I thought. You know what I mean? Besides a couple games where the interceptions could have been down, the stupid throws down the field blind, when he's rushing in the pocket, he doesn't stay in the pocket. He wants to run out real fast, and then he's trying to either read the linebacker, throw it over top of him, or, make a move and try to run, and then he'll just run either backwards or forwards. But I think with him having the keys and with all those weapons around him, I mean, it's hard to not believe that he's not going to be dangerous.
All right.
Be really, really dangerous. I think he's going to be Russell Wilson caliber. You can kind of say like AJ Brown is equivalent to DK Metcalf. I could. Bruh. You don't think so?
Wilson? All right.
Wilson.
No.
You gotta give him. You have to give him. You got to give him caliber like Wilson. You know what I mean? Like Russell Wilson came in. You know what I mean? Like
his second
he's
year.
similar. He's similar stature size. He's you got to build around him. You got you got all the weapons around him.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go on to Coach Marcus, and then we'll leave the guest last because he's about to go off.
I'm still trying to get over this.
I can feel it in his face.
This AJ Brown DK comparison. DK will get that title if he can produce the same numbers with Locke.
Right.
A lot of these wide receiver ones will be tested. Sheeta with Tua, DK. So AJ is a proven top 5 wide receiver. He had Ryan Tannehill in a pass first offense and still put up close to 1,000 yards. So I don't think, to go back to the question, I don't think we're putting confidence into Jalen. We're putting confidence into the position, because even if Jalen doesn't pan out, the backup quarterback or the replacement quarterback is coming into a system that has supporting pieces around him. Running back, wide receiver, O-line, you're taken care of. It's not like these first-round draft picks that come into a whole new program. They're automatically starting, but there's no wide receiver. Who they throwing to? Who's handing the ball to? Who's blocking for him? Our O-line is stacked. Wide receiver room is stacked. Running backs, we're good. So it's up for Jalen now. It's just not to mess this up. Hey, can you basically be a game manager and let the defense eat so we can go to the promised land?
He ain't lying.
Yo, all right, preach, Marcus, preach. All right, Ill Will, go ahead.
Like Marcus just said, man. First of all, Jalen, I don't know where we got this thing where he didn't do well or he didn't play well. I mean, we'll look at the stats his first 16 games. I don't think anybody, as people starter, ever did it better. So, but Miles Sanders alone cost him 10 points on this damn passing percentage. You know what I mean? And then look at how many plays. Have you ever seen how many plays called back? As being an Eagles fan during the season, have you ever seen that many touchdowns called back? I have it. I know I have it. So just
it was about a good like eight or nine called
I think a touchdown just got called back like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
that would be
heartbreaking.
Yeah, false start.
Damn!
Mr. Parker? Anyway, so that's all I got to say about that, man. All the boy has to do is manage the game, play his part. Of course, he wasn't out with Tom Brady. If he didn't learn nothing there, I just think it's just too much of this negativity on him. Like he can't throw and all this stuff. When I seen the boy throw some stuff that like okay, that went down to Quez in the San Francisco game was flat footed was incredible. So he can throw the football, man. I'm just that whole stereotype thing they put on him. I don't really know where that comes from, but
yeah,
I think it's that LA hate, or something like that. I don't know.
No,
so.
I don't mean to cut nobody off, but I asked King this question before we got on. Name me the last successful NFL quarterback from OU.
This is mind blowing.
Alabama. Name me the last successful quarterback from OU and Alabama, or Alabama.
Mac Jones.
Alabama has got to be
Mac Jones.
It's got to
Mac Jones.
Successful.
I'm gonna say Sam Bradford for Oklahoma
for a rookie year.
I'm thinking
Sam Bradford got the back. That's successful, baby.
he was robbing everybody.
Hey, he took the boot sleeves all the way to the bank.
Hey, bro, he was cousin Day and Friday.
Hey,
he was career robbing everybody.
My man, Kenny Stabler.
Okay,
Todd said Kenny Stabler.
All right, so Reek, go ahead, Reek.
So I mean, if we're talking about Hurts, I mean, look, man, you guys already know I was a Hurts supporter last season. He kind of fell off for a little bit in the middle, in that Giants game for me. I was worried, but I like how the kid came back. He was strong. Hey, everybody has a bad game here and there. He didn't let it. He had a short memory, which as a quarterback you need. If this kid takes a 10%, 15% step forward this season, this is my quarterback for the next 10 years because Hurts can – I'm tired of hearing people say that he doesn't have a big arm. Hurts can make all the passes. He can make all the passes that a professional-level quarterback needs to make. People talk about being able to put the mustard on the ball. Hey, look, that's where it's going to come to the coaches, like Marcus was saying earlier. You got to just be able to scheme things up the right way. This kid, he could take us all the way, especially with the supporting cast that he finally has around him. Like, when's the last time we've had a complete team like this around a quarterback?
Gotcha. All right. Special guest.
Joe Namath. Wait, I thought Joe.
Joe.
Alabama.
Yeah, he was Alabama.
You see how far back he went? Yes.
I agree.
Broadway Joe. Yeah, that's the person I remember.
I agree, Marcus. All right, Gil, go ahead. Talk to him.
The thing about Jalen Hurts, I think he first and foremost, as a locker room guy and a guy who's brought the team together, before he even stepped in, things I was hearing, what he was doing in the locker room, the players were gravitating around him. You see Quez Watkins, that relationship that budded off the field. You started off the field, you saw it on the field, you saw it in training camp, you saw it during preseason games, you saw it during the season. So he brought a lot of these players together. I think the fact that A.J. Brown is here for Jalen Hurts, that he helped facilitate a lot of these, bringing some of these guys together. But overall, you put him in a area to succeed. You set him up for success. The fact that you have a wide receiver 1A and a B. Well, before we had a B in Devontae Smith. You look across the way, and there's no consistency from the two and the really, you know what Quez gives you, but from a wide receiver 2 perspective, who do you trust? If you're a defense, you know how to bracket above Devontae Smith or Dallas Goedert. If you lock it on those two, take away those options, who's beating you consistently on the opposite side? Now you have A.J. Brown, who's a world beater in that sense. In the quick game, you can run those slants. He can get. He's got the reach. I mean, he's going to catch high point the football. You can trust him, especially as one of your best friends out there. So overall, I think you put him in a great position to succeed. One thing I wanted for Jalen, since I know Jalen's limitations, right? Like my thing for him is just the way he's seeing the field. So like he's got to develop from, not fall apart from the second to third read. If those options are taken away, but now these options should be a little bit more open. I think now, him with his skill set, like he can manage the football game. He can be a phenomenal passer. And I feel like I'm just excited for him that he's got this opportunity. Like this is whole pressure thing. He's been through these pressure situations, cool as a cucumber. And I feel like, in the heat of the moment, he's gonna have to rise. And I feel like he's got that. You talk about Jordan Mailata, looking at Jalen Hurts during that Carolina Panthers game and looking at him, he's like, yo, like forgetting the next play, coming back. How many times we've seen Jalen Hurts make mistakes and put this team in a position to win, but some of his wide receivers may have dropped the football. Like he's a guy that forgets the past and moves on. And I think there's no reason for him not to succeed, especially the defense. I wanted him to have a solid defense, and we fucking got that. You should be excited. We haven't seen a stacked defense like this in a long time. If they come together right, I think it's going to be a harmonious ride into the playoffs, and it's just a good feeling to know that they've made the right moves and made the right selections. And I think you're building a culture that players want to be a part of right now. So,
hey, Ill Will, can I get a thank you. That was so beautiful how you put that together. That was poetry in emotion. Thank you, sir.
Oh man,
let's get a Swoop Boy shot real quick.
Yes, sir.
Hey, while we're taking these shots, I want to just add on one quick real thing.
What up?
When did Carson ever recruit a player to come play for the Eagles?
Man,
He was too busy at Bible
When
study.
did anybody? When was the last time an Eagles quarterback legitimately recruited a player to come play here for us?
I seen a deer outside Novacare trying to line up for that wide receiver. He's like, yo,
And I'm happy you said that too, because you know what? Right now in this part of the season, Wentz would have still had his ass in the woods hunting deer, training dogs to bring the ducks back.
That was a rough scene out there.
Bringing AJ Brown in.
All right. Gail, I got another question for you. What is the best compliment you ever got?
Best compliment?
Best compliment you ever got?
Football related?
Football related.
Is that real, bro?
Yo, come on, man. Bro, you're part of Football.
I'm just saying.
Serious?
The best compliment is probably like it's my first Eagles home game. I've never been to an Eagles home game. I've never been to a tailgate, and they, people will, because I've heard it multiple times, that they'll choose to spend that day with us, and the fact that they trust us enough to have a good time with them, meeting a ton of great Eagle fans. I think that's for me. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, how was that tailgate with Miss Slay?
Oh, it was great, man. She
like that?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, Mark.
What's going on?
Why you say it like that?
No, that's
You out the game, bro.
no. It was one of them. She talked about it on Twitter, and the next thing I see.
Yeah, I know.
It was funny because she actually walked into the wrong tailgate, and
really?
I got a call from the other tailgate. They're like, "Hey, man, Mrs. Slay is here, and she's not here to see us. She said she's here to see you guys. So we're gonna send her." She's like, "I'll keep her here if you want." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So he's like, I went and picked her up. Her and her family were super cool. Darius Slay's mom was dope, man. She was real funny as hell. We made her a cheeseburger. We split some buds with them, and just the fact that they showed up. This is during the playoffs. I mean, they showed up down in Tampa. It was the impromptu tailgate. It was not a real tailgate. So just the fact that they showed up, it was a good time.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Marcus had
one thing I will say is every time you go to a 4th of July tailgate, it's just nothing but love. I met you there. I've created so many friendships. Every time I go to Philly, I'm taken care of. And even though I'm from there and I have family there, it's it's funny, man. Sometimes you can count more on your friends than your family, and so and you always take care of me.
I mean,
always taking me to different restaurants.
It all trickulates, man. Like we've all met through different channels and stuff, and that's the cool part of it. A couple of people who have met at our tailgate have actually got married, so that's kind of cool. They're like, "Yo, appreciate you for having an event that I met my wife at." Like that kind of stuff. It's kind of dope, though.
So. All right. So, with that being said, let me go into some hater stuff. You know what? Not even hater stuff. I'm sorry. Hold on. I got a lot of stuff on Twitter thrown at me this past week, and then especially with the Badberry signing. So all I want to say, I'm about to have my death row moment. I have my death row Shook Knight moment. If y'all don't want it, y'all getting tired of your teams not signing nobody, owner being on the videos, making all the beats. Come to Philadelphia and be an Eagles fan. We taking them bandwagon applications right here, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get my death row moment for a second. I had to make that segment because Giants fans, y'all hating. Y'all want to come over to and Quan Alexandra. I know you're watching the Swoop Boys. I know you're watching this. I know you see all these pretty faces right here. I know you want to come to the 215. We're gonna take care of you. You coming to the best fans in NFL pro football right here, Philadelphia, man. Come on, man. Let's go now.
And we play in our own city.
Right. Exactly. We're probably the only ones that play in our own city.
We're the only one in our division that plays in our own city.
Literally, because the Cowboys
Mark,
play
what up? Hey, Mark. Shout out to Mark. Hey, well, I guess we can't break the news, but Gail, that question's for you, sir.
Yes, we will become an AZ. Are we going to meet Mark? Mark is from Oregon.
Yeah, he's from Oregon.
You make sure you say Oregon right. Yeah, it's Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon. It's Oregon. My in-laws live in Oregon, man. My in-laws live in Oregon.
They'll pistol
wait, what is it wrong? Because it's like how we say water.
I thought it was Oregon.
No, Oregon.
Not Oregon.
That's like how you say Reno. They say Nevada. They say Reno, Nevada. I thought it was Nevada.
You got to say gun.
I don't say gun. People get
Oregon.
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 Fishing.
Right. But yeah, Swoop Boys, Swoop and Jawn, we will be collaborating together. Plans are still being made. Me and Gail, Rico.
We call that TBD.
Yeah, so we're to be determined. We're gonna have some fire events. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So your boy, I live in Phoenix, and I'm gonna have everything settled for my guys, man. So we'll have it all together.
Hey, Gail, y'all gonna be in Houston?
Cousin, you really got him into tailgating. Oh, he's talking about my cousin. That's my cousin Jordan. I got him into really tailgating. Before that, my cousin wasn't really tailgating.
I've seen Jordan randomly all over the stadium.
Shout out to my baby. Shout out to my baby cousin, man. My cousin he just shows up and pops up, man.
He be popping up everywhere, bro.
South Jersey, man. You know what I'm saying? We represent. You know what I mean?
He said we can say oregano however we want.
Hey, Gail, y'all gonna be in Houston?
I'd like to think so.
You want some of that Tex-Mex down there, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the trip is worth just going for the barbecue because I went to Alabama and I thought they were all talking that shit about Alabama barbecue, but I had it, man. I don't know what they put in there, like an extra sock with the seasoning, whatever they put in there. The barbecue was. Mm-hmm. I had the itis kicked in after the first bite. I was just like one bite. I was like, oh my god.
You gotta go to Memphis. That was probably the best barbecue I've ever had. Memphis. Shout out to Memphis.
You did bring up the going down there.
Memphis and Texas. They right there. The best barbecues I've ever had.
Off topic. Mustard, ketchup, or vinegar-based barbecue?
Vinegar.
North Carolina might
be an East Coast bias thing. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry. That's like one of us. That's like one of us is picking up. What was it? I guess it was scrambled or pork roll.
I put
Pork
my
roll.
Taylor ham or pork roll.
Oh, that's like depending on what part of Jersey it's pork
Yeah,
roll.
pork roll, son.
ribs up
We're
against.
all from the
Pork roll
pork
all
roll side.
day.
Yeah, it's pork roll. Not if you go up north though.
If you go up north,
grew
they
up
call
like-
it.
No,
They
I
say
grew up
pork
on
roll.
roll. They look at you
No,
cockeyed.
Yeah,
it's
they call
yo.
it
First of all, we all from South Jersey, Delaware, Philadelphia area.
Yeah.
So we already know what it
What it is, what I'm telling you.
we,
We go up there trying to walk into some deli up in Newark.
yeah, man.
I
Go
want
get-
pork roll,
go get
pork
Charlie.
roll, egg and cheese. They'd be like,
Yeah.
they look at you cockeyed like,
Yeah,
I
like,
said something.
yeah,
in
you ain't from
Chinese.
around. You ain't from around here. Yeah, you
What
ain't-
up, East Coast?
That's so weird.
That's funny.
Ricky
All right,
Hey,
so
real quick, I did want to ask you, Gail, since you
Go
did
ahead.
go to the Senior Bowl this year, what was the best part of that whole experience for you? And how long has this been in the making for you? Because I've heard you mention this. You're a big the young guys coming up. You know, you really like to talk about them, what you see out of them. So, what was that whole experience like for you, and what was the best part? Do you think?
I mean, it's an event that I always wanted to go to. It's an event like I've been trying. I've been covering outside of the event, but for the first time actually being there, like everything that you hear people say about the Senior Bowl week is true. Like, you'll be in a damn elevator, and you'll be next to some executives talking about, they'll be talking about, like, I heard like some crazy shit about Jeff Okuda in the elevator. Just I'm like, do you know that we could hear you guys? Some Raiders executives telling us that like this player's off their board. And you're sitting at a Howard Johnson's like, yo, why are you telling me this over breakfast?
that's
Just
crazy.
like, you get to see, we ended up bumping into some old football players that, just like, he's like, oh, I know the coach of the Lions. And next thing you know, we're telling the Lions head coach about, we met your boy. And then, I met Daniel Jeremiah, I met so many people. In the industry that, next thing you know, you're in a bar, and then look down the end of the bar, and there's Ian Rappaport, and all the guys that break the news, they're all together. I'm like, yo, this is like the Voltron of newsbreakers all in the same bar at the same time. But it's cool to see how everything's formed, all the relationships. So I encourage all you guys to, if you get a chance to go down there, scout some players. Make sure you get some credentials. They opened it up. They did a great job, man. Like, the way that I was down there, shout out to Chris Malley. We were out there just like, we were gunning. Like, we were gunning for all the players. We were there outside the doors of their meeting rooms. We were just like, yo, jump on a podcast. Just getting like information and collecting it is the cool thing. You get to see the players for the first time in your own eyes. So you don't have to like trust what someone else says when you can see it for yourself. So that was a really great time. I met a guy, Adam Bolden from Sweat Taylor. He was clothing all the athletes down there at the Senior Bowl. So he's like, oh, I'm a fan of the show, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you want to come down to a photo shoot? And I was like, of course. So next thing you know, we're down there with all the top prospects, just chopping it up, and you get to see these guys on a personal level. I mean, our backup quarter was there. Carson was there.
Carson Strong.
Carson was there?
Yeah, he was there. He was just chilling. But he was definitely, very chill, low key. But there was a lot of players there that day. But I mean, it's a great experience. Make sure you guys go next year if you can.
Keep it a
For sure,
bean.
we're gonna try. We definitely gonna try.
Did you get the Nicole Dean information early or what?
Right.
Yo, wait,
Bro,
do you know why he dropped so far down?
Well, I mean, I think they saw something
In Jurgens?
in the shoulder. Oh, you mean Cam?
Yeah. You think that's why? Or no? Do you think
You
they
mean-
liked him better?
Oh, I mean, you why N'Kobe dropped? I think they probably saw something in the medicals. I think other teams might have seen something that they didn't like. He's dealt with injuries. At the end of the day, he was undersized.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, he was undersized. I mean, so obviously, he felt like he slipped because of some of the news that was out there. But if the other thing you start thinking about our medical team, like, it's a little shaky out there.
I don't know
Like-
how because They passed up
You think
because
it's wrong,
DK Metcalf. He was a medical red flag. I mean, a lot
His
of people
neck,
had
his
him.
neck.
Yeah, but
neck
his
problem.
neck is a big
Spiny
thing. But
no.
Yeah, but
like I don't know, like
and
the
they
kid.
take one team's information and they just go with it. So because they don't have that information. So instead of taking a risk, it's a no risk situation. We just move on and take the other player.
I honestly thought it was.
I think it's risk
Guys,
reward at that
hey,
point.
so Gail got a question. Got a question for me from the comments. Does Gail have any game day superstition games on his day routine?
I'm pretty sure I heard you answer this before somewhere.
I think I did too.
I don't know. I mean, I do lay out the gears got to be right. The socks got to usually match. There's a whole routine. Like if you play football, you throw your shit out there. You know,
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything's got to be right. And then getting up early in the morning. I really don't sleep before games. So even I don't get shit for sleep. I actually met Todd down at a tailgate in Tampa, but it's always like before game day, I never sleep. That's one thing I never sleep.
Yeah, it's funny, Gail. So when I'm in town, Gail will take me out. We'll go eat somewhere, and then he'll drop me off, and then he'll go back home. Gail will be up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning picking up beer. You know what I'm saying? Like he does so much, and that's the thing that I wanted to put the magnifying glass on. This is how much he puts on for the city of Philadelphia and the fans when they come to the tailgate. He puts on so much for them, man. I mean, and so like I want to say, we as followers and coming to the tailgate, we appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate Bud Light, man. They
Bud Light. Shout out to Bud Light.
They've been sponsoring for a minute. Conci Bakery, man, making the tomato pies out there. So,
yes.
A lot of good people just coming together. That's the cool thing about what we do. It's not like we're all coming together. Like you can go to other tailgates that you might have to pay $100 to go to. It's not about that. Like we're making you cheesesteaks out of the kindness of our heart. Shout out to Evan and shout out to Prime. Like in talking about the Eagles and repping like you want to rep with the guys that rep like you rep. It's about coming together, and at the end of the day, seeing Eagle fans game day jacked up. Come on, it gets no better, man.
Yeah, definitely run a top.
Shout out to Mark. Mark said you hate sleep.
Man, you ain't paid nothing. Get out of here.
Yeah, man. All right, so I got one more question for you. Well, you know what? You probably answered like 3 questions, so I'm gonna let that go. I got a question for the whole group now on this one. And they've
You didn't ask the Tuesday question.
Oh, well, no, I can do this after. I'll do this after.
Okay, go ahead.
I got you. So how many wins? And I don't want to go L here. I don't. That's injuries. There's a lot of stuff going. But how many wins do you see our 2022-23 Philadelphia Eagles having on this? To base off the schedule, what you see right now in front of your face. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get there. There you go. How many wins do you see there?
Before any of us answers this, I want to go ahead and say,
Commander.
Before any of us answer this, I want to go ahead and say, none of us think that the Eagles are going to go undefeated. However, every week we think the Eagles are going to win.
Facts.
Yeah,
I guess I'll jump out the window first, and I think this is a 13-4 season.
Wow.
13-4, right? So.
What? Bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, man?
Last year I said we was going 10-7. People thought it was crazy.
All right, well, go ahead. How many wins?
Last year.
Oh, and I'm taking tally. So
right.
Whoever's right is going to get a gift card. Whoever's wrong,
got put up.
You're going to be donkey of the day. So you know.
Okay. Last year we was going 10-7 based on our whole line and the capability to run the ball. We could have went better, but Howie had a little meddling going on. I'm gonna say
what is that sound?
13-4.
What did you say? I'm sorry. Say it again.
13-4. 17 games.
Will 13 Wills. Will 13 Wills. Wins. I'm bugging. Sorry, guys.
You could have won.
All right.
I don't think it's 13
All right.
wins.
Coach Marcus.
11-6.
See, that's
More
what
games.
that's what I'm talking about.
I thought
All right, Charlie. Talk to me, Charlie.
Yeah, I took a look prior to this, and I had them at 11-6 as well. I just think it's tough to get through. I think it's going to be tough to get through this. Titans, Saints, Vikings, and then you'll get the Steelers, Green Bay, and Dallas at the end of the season. It's going to be tough. But yeah, the Titans. What I mean, listen.
Titans tough.
Titans.
The Titans. I'm telling you.
But
Charlie, you bugging, man. You bugging, bro.
Football and play defense, they are capable of winning 13 and plus, man. They just got to stick to the script.
Titans. They win football games, man.
Titans.
Let's be realistic.
All right, hold on. Let me get Gail in here, and then me, and then we can have a conversation. Let's get this quick. Sorry, guys.
I mean, I was feeling the 11-6 vibe just because things happen, but then I was like, all right, I could go. I'm feeling myself today. I go 12-5.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm feeling myself today. I'm feeling myself today.
I thought we was trying to feel good.
I don't know. I'm just okay. I have to pick the beef. Why is there? Don't get mad at me. I gotta pick the beef. Where's the beef?
He said,
I'm beyond such. I'm going with 12 wins.
Okay, see, there we go.
That's my man.
My man, pots and pans.
All right. All right, fellas. So, with that being said, do we have any issues with anybody with this record? So we got Rico with 13, Will with 13, Marcus 11, Charlie 11, Gail 12, and then me 12 as well. And let's get to the comments as well, so we get an act with.
I see 12,
Yes.
Randall 12, Randall Cunningham. I like that, Todd. 12-5. Gail, custom kicks. Hey, yeah, you do got the custom kicks on lock, bros. I be seeing it.
No, that's Gail.
Sixers Johns were crazy.
Yeah, facts. The Vans.
I got some Air Max 95s right here.
Hey.
Oh,
I'm just interested to say who inspired you to do those.
Oh, myself, nigga. Don't try to.
Oh, that's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. Damn. I was the first person to come with the custom joints, right? And then everybody's like, "Oh, yo, King, you inspired everybody." All right.
Actually, hold on. If we really want to go ahead and look, if you guys go ahead and
shout out Tim. Give Tim.
If you guys go look at my Instagram,
Thank
you go back to about 2014, 2015, you'll see the custom snakeskin Vans that your boy had made.
We ain't talking about them.
See, here we go.
I need to see them, man. I need to see them.
Some Power Mary Brothers sneakers.
Proud Mary.
Well, one thing we do with all our guests on here, Gail, is we always got to ask, especially if you live in the Philadelphia region or if you've at least visited Philly once, where's your favorite cheesesteak place and how do you order your cheesesteak?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I've been going to a spot called Phillips.
Phillips.
You ever
It's
know?
in the link now. They got it in the link now.
Hold on, I want to say real quick because Charlie, guys, what you guys don't know, Charlie and his girlfriend are like huge cheesesteak connoisseurs. So,
word. Yo, Charlie, how many cheesesteaks have you like out of everybody? How many have you ate?
I've hit a lot in Philly, man. I think I hit everywhere.
That's what's up, yo.
Everywhere, even Donkeys in Camden. If you guys know.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Yo,
you gotta go there, man.
my mom heard Charlie say, "Don't."
You gotta try it out. Like it's one of those things you have to try.
Okay, Gail. Quick question. Remember, I think we just beat. It was the Eagles versus the Colts. Andrew Luck's first game back from whatever he had going on. Right? He couldn't throw. Right. You and I were all happy, but like it's after Super Bowl. We just won the Super Bowl. Things like Carson's first game. What cheesesteak place did you take me to? It was good.
Claymont Steak Shop
In Delaware.
Yep.
It
Claymont
was good.
Steak
It was
Shop.
good. It was good.
I mean, it's very hard for me to not like a cheese. I'll go anywhere and I'll try anything.
So you telling me you would go to Geno's and Pat's?
Nah.
Thank you. Okay, all right. Don't say that.
I'm just saying, like I'll never turn down a cheesesteak.
If someone's giving it to me, like
I mean,
no, I don't see. I would do Pat's over Geno's if you force me to, but I'm not going to those two. I'm just not. I'm going to Ooey Gooey's, man. That's my favorite. And Gitano's in Jersey. Gitano's, man. That's probably my favorite. Yeah, man. I'm from South Jersey, so I gotta represent home, man.
Yes.
I was trying to go to every single spot in the region.
World Tour cheesesteak.
I mean, it's either do that or have a heart attack. Because you're risking your life.
Hey, you do push-ups in between, you'll be all right.
Let me tell you what. When we do
Marcus,
I do want to do one thing, and I want you to come with us, Gail, because I know you're a cheesesteak connoisseur as well. When we do come to Philly for the home opener, I do want to do a top 3 cheesesteak spot, and I want to do a whole video blog with it. I think we can have a good time.
That'll be what's up, yeah. That'll be what's up.
I was trying to do like a tournament thing, a bracket, and and have people rank it, and then we go the 1 versus the 16. Like depending on how many places there are. But then I was just like, yo, I'm gonna be a fat boy after that.
If you ain't got no stand, I don't ever come back.
After I seen what's his name off F That's Delicious lose all that weight and still do the show, I said anything's possible.
Get cheesesteak, don't eat nothing else for the rest of the week.
Don't eat nothing else. And go for a walk.
Exactly. You better, like I said, doing push-ups and sit-ups in between will be fine.
I got places you don't want to go though.
All right. Well, I got one more. We got one more for the Eagles, and then we'll just jump on to the Sixers for a bit, and then Phillies, right? So, quick question to all you guys: with all these moves, and this, I'm not throwing out shots. I'm not throwing out shots. I gotta get it up here so everybody can see it. What would you grade? What would you give Howie a grade on the Eagles off season moves?
A plus.
Yeah, it's an A. Standing ovation.
Marcus, you didn't say nothing. Charlie didn't say nothing. What's up?
I did say so. I said A plus.
A plus. Marcus, what's up?
Gail said A. I said A plus.
Gail said A.
If you got me safety, I would have been an A plus.
That's an A plus.
No, hey man, he's everyone's happy, so I'm good.
I'm happy.
Marcus, you being quiet. What's up, man? What's going on?
He said he would take B plus.
B plus.
This motherfucker. Come on.
Justify that. Why?
Yo, Marcus, that dude at the standing at the that meme that MB posted.
Oh yeah. Number 1 hater.
Marcus,
B plus. Come on, man.
Hey, Marcus.
I'm this meme right now.
Hey, Marcus is a new Rick James. Marcus is a new Rick James. F your couch.
F your couch. To a safety or what?
Hey, what? So why the low grade?
There's minor holes we can fill. I truly don't feel we can contend because the NFC is kind of weak right now. The power shifted to the AFC, but if the talent was balanced, there's a couple teams that could be ahead of us. There's a couple holes we need to address just on that aspect of it. Like I said, quarterback play is still kind of a little question in there. no knock on Hurts, no knock on Minshew and all that, but we don't have a really true proven QB. Hurts proved he can play, but now that you got film,
that picture of Howie. Come on, man, that's funny as hell.
What about the practice squad? I mean, that don't factor into his GMness. I know we talking draft, but his practice squad alone in the NFL, in the history of the NFL, might be the best ever.
Tell me this wasn't like the most draft. You know the movie Draft Day?
Oh my god, yeah, bro.
Tell me this wasn't like Draft Day for y'all. Like,
yo, this was.
The funny shit, motherfucker.
The funny shit is as much as I love the draft, I've never seen Draft Day.
You never seen Draft Day?
No.
What?
I know. It's crazy. Everybody's like, yo, they're like, you love the draft, don't you? I was like, I was like, nah.
Yeah, you made Marcus leave.
How?
I don't know, bro.
Draft Day. Hey, okay, hey, hold on. I played the fifth, so you know the Doom Top Gun's coming out, right?
Oh, dude,
I've never seen the first one.
I never seen the first.
Whoa,
one.
What?
Top Gun?
No,
you gotta watch it tonight.
Listen.
You gotta watch it tonight.
Listen. Hold on. Listen. Gotta understand something. I got one more. Don't judge me. I'm from the hood. Okay, just want to say this.
You never seen Boys in the Hood?
No. Time out. This is probably gonna hurt a lot of people. I thought the Wiz was the original of Wizard of Oz.
Boy, bye.
You thought that was the original.
You thought that was the original?
I'm from the hood. My parents didn't watch that shit. I'm from the hood, son. Like, my parents didn't watch that shit. We watched The Wiz. Michael Jackson, Diana Ross? And come on, son.
You probably thought that the Moesha Cinderella was the original too.
Probably. You're full for that. Wow. But I never seen it. I'll be honest with you. Wow. Yo, Backyard said, "What the?"
Even Charlie's looking at you funny. He's like,
"What?" I never watched. As a kid, I watched The Wizard of Oz almost every night to go to sleep. As a little kid, so I knew what the original was.
That's a long ass movie, man. Nah,
dude, I didn't care. I put it on. I fell asleep right away.
That's funny. That's funny. That is too funny.
Todd said, "I'm a Howie hater, and it's an A+ for him still." The off season's not over, Gail. WTF Backyard Birds podcast.
All right, so one more question. All right, so one more question though, fellas. Do you think Howie is done?
No.
He's looking to wheel.
Okay, so no. So if no, right? What do you expect?
Hey, it's a trade. Like the fact that you got Rager and Dillard just on ice cubes right now, chilling. That right there is the player. It turned into a starter.
Well, when you say is he done, do you mean for this offseason or do you mean up until the trade deadline?
Yeah,
because I believe he's done for the offseason, but I do believe with the pieces that Gail just said, I think we're doing something before the trade deadline with that.
He's going to finesse somebody. Trust me, they're getting
finessed. I think he's going to keep.
If somebody goes down in preseason, it's a wrap, or in camp, they're getting finessed. He's waiting for that. Trust me.
Yeah.
Back arch.
I don't even mind if you keep them here, like if for depth purposes, because we've seen how many offensive linemen have gone down in our experience the last couple of years.
True. Very true.
Worst case scenario.
Rager is the most. Jalen Rager is probably the most interesting one because I can see him getting traded for Chuck Clark. I can see him getting traded for Chuck Clark.
Rager can return.
Chuck Clark?
That could be good. Playoffs when I said that. He can return kicks. I mean, he can. Wide receiver? Nah, he can't get.
I do think when you bring a lot of guys into a team, learning how to play together is a thing. So we, right now we expect like But I mean, we do have a nice, like a perfect blend of youth and veteran presence right now. It's
Man,
nice.
Can we? And I know we saw the post we put on earlier on the Swoop Boys IG, but the Magistry and Howie, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they were talking about how old this team was.
1 year.
How it was really 1.5 years ago. They were how old this team was. Everybody's completely injured. They're slow. They're just not. It's over. The cap is too much. And in one season, and we still made the playoffs in the season where it was a rebuild. Howie Wilson does everything he did, man. Like, I mean, bro, a lesser GM would have folded and been out on the street. But Howie,
well, even to make trades on draft day, to make those trades, like to pull off an AJ Brown on draft day.
yeah.
I mean, these are the kind of things that a veteran GM who knows the landscape.
Mm-hmm.
I give him props on that. We do know he's made mistakes in the past, and he's had to pay for his sins. You know, being put on the other side of the building and coming back and win the Super Bowl. I think they were feeling themselves for a little bit after winning that Super Bowl, and I think now it's a back to reality moment. You know, there's a lot of change going on in this front office. There's a lot of movement, and a lot of our guys are being plucked. I mean, we talked about the Senior Bowl earlier.
Yep.
When we snuck in on that third day at the Senior Bowl, I had my Eagles stuff on. I walked in because it was closed to the outside media. So I walked in there and I bumped into the whole scouting department, the whole group. You know, Andy Waddle's in front of me. The dude that got plucked from the Giants, and they look at me. They're like, "You got Eagles? Who are you? You ain't with us."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm doing my back up. Like Andy Waddle just went on his second interview with the Steelers today. So you're talking about a lot of movement in the front office right now. So the fact that he's pulled all of this stuff off, you know, with all these moving parts with the group, that to me that's impressive.
Well, and you said we've seen him mess up a lot, and maybe he was feeling himself. But can we all agree? Can we all agree that even the misses that Howie's made, you can see the logic in some of them. Like Rager, you could see where Rager might have been a potential hit. You could see where drafting J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was supposed to be a good move. We praised him for it at the time. Even Miles Sanders, like he hasn't. I don't think
not that one though.
What, the Miles Sanders one?
The J.J.
Well, no, I mean we see. For when you talk about the
the team.
record and what he was supposed to be, it seemed like a good pickup until they re-signed Alshon for a massive deal.
Wasn't a good pick either.
Well, no, but I'm just saying you can see where the thinking. Like people always say that Howie was trying to overthink himself, trying to be cute, but you can see like Rager at TCU. They're saying even with the bad quarterback play, he was still productive.
It's the Big 12. They don't play defense in the Big 12.
They
don't play defense in the Big 12.
Thank you.
Bro, I can put up 700 yards receiving in the Big 12. Ain't nobody covering me.
I mean, the fact that you're drafting Donald Pumphrey over guys that I was like, are you,
bro? We could have had Aaron Jones as a running back.
That's what I'm saying.
We literally took Pumphrey's over 8.
Well, I mean, when you look at Todd's comment right here.
Guy from Vegas, man, come on, stop killing him, man.
You look at Todd's comment. I mean, you think about the recent comments of Lurie talking about drafting Alabama. Like the guys that we're bringing in, he's bringing in some winners over here, and that's at the end of the day, you got Devontae Smith and Landon Dickerson showing out first year.
Yes,
first year. So I mean, got to be excited about that, man. Like he's learning from his mistakes,
I think so, man. But I think all GMs make mistakes, though. They miss on players. I mean, you do. They don't fit your scheme or whatever it is. In Philly, if you miss and you don't have the confidence, and the fans get on your ass, and you try to fire back, it's a wrap.
You're full.
Because Rager tried to fire back on something, and it's been downhill ever since.
Well, speaking on whole Howie and everything like that.
Squeak on
Howie's been He's been swinging his balls. Here we go.
Howie, I can't thank you enough for all this time. I just got one last question because your enthusiasm for your team right now is very clear to everyone. Do you have a roster? I realize it's not complete. There's still some things to do.
Definitely.
Do you have a roster right now that you think could compete for a championship?
Man, we're not getting into this in May. Don't do that.
It's
I look at our roster, and all I'm thinking about is how we can keep improving. We'll talk in September. Angel, I'm going to tell you one more thing, man. You and I, right? Like, we've been together a long time.
Yes.
I'm not going to be perfect, but I got you, bro. I got you. I promise. I got you. Right? You want the one? Yep. I got you. I got you. Have a little faith. Have a little trust.
I gave you an A+ on the draft.
I don't care about the I don't care about
Howie.
the grades. I got you covered.
With that being said, Howie's hearing, he's listening to us, he's understanding, he's learning the audience in the room. So I'm gonna have to give my props to him, man. I'm gonna have to give my more.
I mean, how could you not, as the OG, starting to become forming into my own OG status? Like, as you get older, the fact that we got a Super Bowl, like some of us are like, yo, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see one. Like the fact that you got one just like 4 years ago, that's I mean, you cannot forget that. Like, some people are ungrateful and be like, F how? I'm like, bro, he got you a Super Bowl before you passed.
Yeah, for real. Before you pass,
man. And it's crazy, man. Like, a lot of people say that. They're like, oh, Howie. I'm like, bro, he's the only GM that got us to the point where we can say, we got one. We finally got one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then once he got that 3-year extension, he's been feeling himself. Let's put it that way. And he's done a good job. So if we can get Ill Will, let me get that claps. Yeah, appreciate you. For Howie, man. We gotta get one for Howie, bro.
Hey.
And he drafted a linebacker.
Yeah. Well, then
what
the fuck? After all those years, missing on people,
man.
Linebackers ensue. Jeremiah Trotter.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Bradley, right?
How many draft picks he messed up though for him to get one draft correct?
Nah, he didn't mess up drafts, man. He had missing. He hit.
No, Charlie, go ahead, Charlie.
He blew like 3 drafts.
Nah, but
squeak on it, Charlie. Squeak on it.
He blew like 3 drafts, bro. Reger, Arcega Whiteside, Aguilar. Like, who the hell are those?
Hold on, Aguilar wasn't him.
Aguilar wasn't
him. That was Chippy.
That was Chip. That was your Chip Kelly.
That was Chip.
Yeah, Chip Kelly was. Who hired Chip Kelly?
Laurie.
Yeah,
he ain't no say.
Laurie gave him the keys to the house.
Yeah, he told him, hey, move in the basement.
Laurie locked Howie in the closet.
Yeah, he threw him in the basement with milk.
He threw him in the basement.
I don't know that. I think
you heard Jason. Come on now. You heard Jason.
He locked Howie in the closet. Because I'll never forget, bro, the article I read. They were talking about how only 2 other coaches in the league have GM rights, and it was Pete Carroll and it was Bill Belichick. I'm like, ooh, man. Yo, these is exclusive company. Boy, was I wrong. We traded away Deshaun. We traded away McCoy.
We traded away Vic. Yeah, right. Everybody. Everybody blew that team up.
Yeah, that was terrible.
For Sam Bradford.
All out of it, though.
But I got to make my point. He did fuck up shit in the first round, a lot. But his 7th round stuff is fucking historical. I mean, look at the guys he got in the 7th round. Bo Allen.
Lane.
Jordan Mailata.
Kelsey was
Jalen Mills.
Jalen Mills on 7th round.
7th round picks.
Jalen Mills, Super Bowl playoff legend by stopping Julio Jones on that last play.
Man, he beat up a lot of dudes.
He overthrew that ball.
I mean,
we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 former national champs: Smitty, Dickerson, Davis, and Dean. Let him know, Jonas. Let him know, baby.
So I get how he messed up some picks. He did. But all GMs do. But in Philly, we be on dudes for making one mistake and try to run them out of town. Then you let bums like Les get on the Twitter and start running people out of town. Les was on Carson Wentz press conference when we went to Indiana. Come on, man. Don't go with that, man.
The GMs are going to miss, but you do have to give them credit for the 2018 draft. You got Dallas Goedert, your starting tight end, Vontae Maddox in the 4th round, who is your starting slot corner. You talk about Josh Sweat, drafted in the 4th round. Matt Pryor gave you serviceable play.
What round was Zach Ertz drafted in?
Jordan Mailata, 7th round in that 2018. Zach Ertz was the 2nd round.
Second round.
Jordan Mailata, that was a total just.
No, it wasn't. Tape.
No.
It's not a risk.
Not a risk.
No. You know who we owe that to? We owe that to Jeff Stoutland.
But the crazy thing, I seen a guy play his first 4 games in the preseason in football ever, and he should have gotten in the lineup a lot earlier than that, man. A lot earlier.
Well, I mean, you had old man Willis at left tackle holding on. He was like 47 in the Tybo class. I mean,
the contract too. That's the only Howie's downfall. I would say is he's super loyal to them guys. Like Sproles, he kept bringing Sproles back, man. So that's the only thing.
All right, fellas. Well, we're off that, man. We're going to get on to a little bit of I guess we can get on the Phillies. You want to do that, Rico?
Let's jump on them. They've been hot.
Let's squeak on the Phillies, man.
Yeah.
Well, hold on real quick. We got Gil here. Let's squeak on the Sixers. Hold on. Let's squeak on the Sixers real quick.
Come on.
Okay.
That way, if Gil wants to break out, he can.
Oh, man.
Sixers.
So
I'll be right back.
I got nothing good to say.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
I got nothing good to say.
I have 0 good to say. The only thing good I have to say is about Joel Embiid.
All right, so with the Sixers, man, the only thing I would say is, with the input, how do you think it's gonna turn? Oh man, why is my thing not coming up? There we go.
Am I the only?
How do you think? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Am I the only one right now who thinks that it's a big conspiracy theory that report came out about Doc Rivers is that they plan on keeping Doc Rivers, but then they also don't plan on meeting with Doc Rivers and discussing anything with him, but they plan on pushing forward. But then the rumor is that maybe this is all just a ploy because Doc wants to go to LA and we might be able to trade him to LA and then hire a new coach after we trade him.
I think the front office is just whack. This front office has been whack since we had Brett Brown. Brett Brown is trash. The whole situation, the way the Sixers are even handling this whole situation is just terrible. It's terrible. Like, think about it. Brett Brown was trash. Come on now, stop playing.
I think he was a good coach.
Terrible.
For what he was supposed to do.
He was a good coach. He was a good coach because we sucked. He was not a good coach when we had all that talent. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. When you go here and you pick up, what was it? Who did he pick up? He picked up Xavier Smith. Like, come on! Like, what are you doing here? Then you go pick up Marco Bridges and you trade him.
You trade him.
He trades. He trades in the middle of the pie.
Brown.
Wait a minute. He changed in the middle of the pie.
He sure did. He sure changed. He changed that jersey. Wait.
I like it. He was ready for the next segment.
He sure was. He was ready.
Hey, you guys want to hear a hot take real quick?
Go ahead.
That black jersey. The only good thing about that era was Iverson. Those jerseys were trash.
Man, I got Aaron McKee, man. Temple, come on. I love
them black jerseys were trash.
What?
Trash.
I don't know about trash.
Yeah.
Yo, funny thing is, I'm actually doing a pair of Van Customs to those jerseys.
To the black one?
Right now.
You know what? It's just because it had nothing to do with it. Has it's the most off-brand, off jersey for all of our stuff.
Nah.
It didn't even go. They tried. That was when they tried to do that turn of the century thing. Like when the Eagles brought in midnight green. Like the Sixers felt like they needed to go and switch it up to black all of a sudden.
Yeah, because we end up switching our colors in '97.
Yeah.
Hey King, you remember that conversation we had about I already saw next year's City Edition and Classics.
Yes.
Jersey trash.
I'm gonna just keep it there.
Trash?
Oh no,
Bro, I'm so mad. Like the City Edition, that Spectrum was so hard.
No,
So hard.
But
So my wife worked for the Thunder, so I've already seen next
Those are
year's uniforms for every NBA team, City and Classic. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna just keep
man.
it there without.
You saw it already?
Bro, my wife
Sixers-
worked for the Thunder, so I've
Oh,
seen
the
everybody's uniform for next year. Everybody's uniform.
You gonna just drop shit on the pod and not show us?
I can't
no, you
show
can't
y'all.
even do that.
Can you tell us the
Not here.
colorway?
Not here.
What's the colorway?
show us something. Damn, coach.
I don't think they should even change the City Sixers
That's
edition.
Spectrum.
No. They're
The Spectrum is
honestly,
so fire.
they're
You know
not.
how they? You know how
No,
they?
so
You know how the Phillies-
we'll have Associate, Statement, City, I think Earn, and then of course Classic.
They got too many jerseys, man.
Yeah.
Now,
No, yo, man, y'all
Why
too
gotta
old school.
Phil just agreed to wear the cream jerseys on Sundays at home?
I used to love them cream Jones. I like them cream Jones.
But
Nah, I
think
like the gray ones.
Gray ones are-
The gray ones.
The gray,
The
I
bell
love
on
the
it.
color. I love the color. It was the star and the number. That was kind of whack. And
Yeah.
number one, the Benjamin Franklin logo. That shit is whack too. I don't need to get rid of that.
You don't like the
Benjamin
Yeah,
Benjamin
that shit is that.
Y'all,
Come
man.
on, man.
I'm out this game. This is crazy.
Son really flying a kite. Son really flying a kite.
He was
Hey.
dribbling a basketball.
The best
Look
jersey.
like he's flying a kite.
Hey, I got a custom for that one too. Oh.
Here we go.
The
Not
best
for nothing.
jersey
The-
was
the
the
thing
Evan
is- the thing
Turner
is, I don't know why
Sixers
they
jersey.
I don't know why they keep changing it every year because the one they had the year before last with the not with the cream Jawn with it was kind of like the when Simmons was like next to the vintage Mustang and shit.
With the
That was hard.
one with
So-
the bell on it.
No,
I
that,
think that-
was trash. No, that was
No, that's the worst one. ever.
Thank you. That was
high-
the worst one.
no.
Thank
The
you.
worst one
Thank
was the one that they put out last season to sit with the what was it the yard the boat yards it looked like the city.
Oh,
the
the,
skyline
The
or whatever.
black
Yeah.
one? The black one, Jones?
Yeah.
The one that had the
Oh, I
skyline
like
in it.
those.
Oh,
I like
yeah, I
those.
like
Oh,
them.
see, this is
I
why I
like
can't.
those.
Boathouse Row, it has
questioning
Boathouse
everything about
Row
you
in it,
right
yeah.
now. This is crazy.
I did a custom
So-
to those too for some
But
kid.
did you like the jersey? That's the question.
Vans?
Every City
Yeah,
Edition is
yeah,
having a
for
theme to it. So this year was the mashup. Everybody did a mashup of their previous uniforms. Next year is going to be a tribute to something to the state.
They should just keep tributing the Spectrum because that's the best jersey they've ever done.
Well, the
It-
Spectrum
Whoa,
was the
whoa,
best
whoa.
arena.
Iris's
That was,
rookie year when they had the Sixer, that one is fire too.
That was fire too.
The Spectrum, where allegedly
Spectrums are the
You
best.
fucking.
They're the best
Spectrum,
uniforms.
what's his
No,
name?
no. You know, hey, so you know
Oh,
my
I got
favorite,
that one.
favorite
I got the red one. I got the red one.
Yeah, I got the Iverson red one. You know what my favorite one is though? With Dada Barnes with the stars shooting up with the warm ups. That was probably one of my favorite joints. The shooting stars. That was probably one of my favorite ones too. That was like 93, 92. Those were fun.
All right, well, back to the Sixers, guys. We got off with the jersey. We're gonna do a. You know what? This lets me know though. This does let me know we do need to do a whole jersey episode. With
Yes.
Gail, you have to come back for that.
You have to come back.
We're
You
gonna
gotta
talk
come
about
back,
all
man.
Philly sports jerseys. That's gonna be a good episode. So
Hell
we'll do
yeah.
that as a filler episode when media is a little slow.
Right.
You know, BGN, they do like the jersey analytics, like the numbers you pick. We'll just do the jersey rating system. I think that could be a good jersey episode.
Facts.
But
No,
yeah, go ahead, King, with the Sixers.
So let's one time, and then we're gonna say farewell to the Sixers because it's just painful to even talk about. All right, so 1, 2, 3.
Play the freaking song!
Why?
That's our farewell.
Why? I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, and this is my god honest opinion. As soon as we got the news about Embiid's face, like I pretty much I wrote it off. I threw it in the trash. Like
The thumb.
I knew he was gonna come back. I thought we could get through that. Honestly, I really thought because he's tough. But when we got the news about the face, I knew he would eventually come back. But I knew it was going to be a wrap after that, man. And thank you, Embiid, for giving us that one game at home. You know what I'm saying? The one victory, in Philly. We appreciate that. Harden, you had one half of a great game. You getting paid $47 million next year for no fucking reason.
Man, they need to trade away Tobias Harris. They need to grab Bradley Beal. That's where you start.
Bradley Beal's gonna be 29
they need
though.
to get rid of Niang. Trash. Danny Green's done. He tore his ACL.
Anything with Maxey, slapping something.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Maxey,
I'm slapping anybody up who brings up
Bradley Beal, and you have to keep Harden, but you can't give him the max. They're gonna have to work something out because he knows he's not worth the max.
Well, what if he was like, hey, maybe I'll spread the wealth to bring in another player? Like how much money do you need, man? Like,
so James,
how much money do you need
or not?
But this is the thing, though. So James Harden, he asked, they were like his exiting interview. He said, "No, I want to come back. I will opt in, but somebody else needs to come." And he knows he's not that player. He's not that player that's going to average, or not average, but put up 60, 40 points. He's a passer now. He's a first. That's his game now.
He's going to be Chris Paul. If he can get to the rim, he can make the free throws.
Nah,
but bro,
20.
listen, Maxey, he needs to give Maxey the point and develop him.
Maxey. We need Maxey to be scoring.
Look at the 4 teams.
Driving, yeah.
Look at the 4 teams right now. They've built around the players they drafted. Clay, Steph, Tatum, Brown, Luka, and then we have to build around our players.
Booker, and DeAndre.
I wouldn't even say Embiid. We need to build around Embiid and Maxey and then give them guys support. I'm not even focused on Harden. Build around Embiid and Maxey because if you look at it, Maxey looked like he was getting frustrated when it was him and Harden on the court because Maxey wants to go quick.
Yes.
Harden is going to slow that down.
Right.
Because you need to get guys that can run and gun with Maxey. That's going to open up the court. And then you need to have those role players that can be out there and stretch the floor open for Embiid so he can do that pick and go. Harden is figured out. Harden is basically the DSL of the NBA right now. We've upgraded to the new, internet system. We need to go ahead and phase him out and then find a dude that can play that 2 or that wing. Tobias kind of stepped up. He was consistent in the playoffs. I wouldn't mind playing him that 32. The 47 we about to give Harden.
Just to get out of here.
That's great.
I'll chalk that up and then add more.
Because
our bench was killing us all postseason. Literally,
I don't think Tobias
Milton need to bounce. Milton need to bounce. Dieng need to bounce. All them cats need to bounce, and we got to build on the bench.
I love that.
I seen Tobias step up and play when he had
exactly.
Tobias was like, "All right, the 32 not that bad. All right."
Tobias might not bend over and grab a ball off the court, but he was solid.
And he can get his.
I ain't see my man bend past the hips ever.
It's crazy about Tobias. Is like you ask for 180 million, you ask him to score 25 points. He'll give you 15 to 17.
But let me tell you what. But you know what? Tobias was the most healthy next to Maxey.
Yeah, for sure. But this is the thing, though. With him in his position, I think he spent so much energy guarding the big man on defense. When Embiid was out, he spent so much energy guarding the center. And then I just think they should have made a little bit more opportunities for him on offense. And then when it came to the Heat, I think he shouldn't have even went to a guard in a bio. You know what I'm saying? Give him a little bit of options give something up. Because at the end of the day, there was nobody who's going to be able to guard him. Or give some opportunity to people.
Tobias never uses his size and his body.
I know.
He just doesn't have it. I mean, at this point, he's whatever you see from Tobias at this point is who he is. But honestly, the way I look at it is Embiid, Maxey, Niang, and B-Ball Paul, George. Those are the only 4 pieces that I think that are considered, and Shake Milton. Those are the only five that I think can stay on this team. After that, everybody else can go.
You can throw the. I would say throw the deuces up to Thibault because he's useless.
That's what I'm saying. You can trade Thibault.
He's useless.
I think Thibault got in his head, man. After that whole vaccine thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like I felt like he had the whole city eaten out of his hand, and not to get political about the vaccination or whatever, but I felt like he felt the wrath of people come down on him, and I felt like he just went into like a shell.
Yeah, think about it. Thibault was a defensive player, almost consideration.
Yeah,
he's a defensive player consideration. I'm not going to give that up.
When you play defense,
yeah, but he
offense hard. It's not.
He's
bro. It's not.
He's a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony.
I can teach shooting. Defense,
you can't teach. No, you can't.
You got to put
it with Ben Simmons. We had that with Ben Simmons. You could have taught him how to shoot.
No. There's a difference.
And Markel Fultz.
Thank you.
There's a difference between teaching and wanting to do.
No.
But there's a difference.
Ben did not want to shoot. Ben did not want to shoot.
You do have to look at when it came down to it. He wasn't cutting towards the dunker spot. He was just standing around, and he did shoot threes. He was a willing 3-point shooter, but the percentage just wasn't even high enough. I don't even think he was at like.
I can coach that. I can teach that. You're willing to make them shots.
But you got to put it in perspective. This is his third year, so he was. You're gonna have to pay him. Do you want to pay Thibault, or I think he's a more valuable trade piece at this point.
I look at him like this, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I played basketball. King played basketball. I'm sure Coach played basketball.
And I played basketball too.
You cannot play 100% defense and 100% offense at the same time. You can't do
it. And that's why Embiid is
but you can't do it. And most players that lock on defense, that lockdown defenders, they're not going to play. But like guys like Big Shot Bob, they make them shots, and that's what you want Thibault to be. So, like you said, he can coach that. It's just a matter of getting him in the spot, get your spot, and they run the play for him. That's it. But you're not going to get a two-way player out of Thibault. You guys are asking too much for that guy, man. Come on. He
would be
that's
the.
Well, hold on, but look,
you had Marco Bridges, bro.
Hold on. Let me say this, and you got the problem with the Sixers and the way this whole team is constructed is the fact that we have a lot of guys that do one good thing. Good.
Yes.
And then when you look around the league, even when you look at the Heat, they have multiple guys who do multiple things good. They're not stars, but they do multiple things good. When you look at the Toronto series, same thing. Multiple guys that do multiple things good. Even when their best player's out, they can switch off on any player and they still can make it hard for it. Even on Embiid, you look at the Boston Miami series going on, same situation. The way this team was built is just you have too many guys who aren't only good at one thing. It's not, and you need the versatility. So it's like, yeah, Thibault is great defensively, but if he's just good on defense and you're giving up so much on the offensive side, he's a liability. George Niang was iffy on both. He started off good. He just didn't stay solid in the playoffs.
His jump shot got kidnapped by aliens.
I hear a lot of guys talking about we should have kept Curry. Curry would have been ran off the court in a defensive aspect. So it's like
JJ was the defense,
but he was consistent. He would give you 20.
But then he ain't.
We traded him. He came back to Philly. He lit our asses up.
But look at these teams in the playoffs right now. They found that balance in their five as far as Draymond is not going to give you the offensive points, but he's going to lock down some damn defense. Same thing with Gary Payton. He'll give you that fast break, but he's more known for the defense. Same thing with Miami. Though you got your defensive players, PJ Tucker.
But that's different.
You got to find that
schemes, though. There's different schemes.
You got to find that healthy balance for Philly.
But hold on, I'm sorry, Mark. I got to cut you off because I got to say this. That's what Golden State has is not a healthy balance. You have arguably two of the best shooters of all time on the same team, pure scorers, and then you have Poole, who's developed into another scorer. So at that point, I don't need Draymond to give me anything except his defensive presence. But the Sixers just don't have that, and that's the problem. If Embiid was able to go ahead and shoot your lights out and dominate in the paint, and then we had if Harden was the Harden of 3-4 years ago, then we would be outstanding. You wouldn't need Thibault to give you anything. But unfortunately, because these guys aren't limited in certain things, we do need everybody to give a certain.
But that goes
Let's
back
get
to
one
the front
person on the
office.
mic. One person on the mic.
Go ahead,
We'll go to
Will.
you. Will, go ahead.
I said Doc doesn't use those guys right. Teams you talking about like Golden State, they use their players right. The players shut their hole and they know they roll, right? And they just do what they do. Last year in the Game 7, Curry's getting used all game by somebody we don't know, some redheaded ginger, and Doc didn't realize it till the fourth quarter, and that's why we the situation. And then
Redheaded.
I'm not even going to talk about the 30 points where he's on the bench. The bench is out there, and B's looking in his face. Put me back in the game, coach, so we can close this out. Doc Rivers.
And like Will said, it goes back to coaching, but having the personnel. I bring it up because I live out here in Oklahoma. But if you look at OKC, who's their starting five? Giddey, Shea, Dort as a 3. Then you have, of course, your 4 and 5, which would be, Earl, and then I can't remember who their 4 is. But look at Dort. Dort is probably what, 6'3", but he was locking the hell out of LeBron. He know his role. So you got to find, like I said, that healthy balance. If we got Embiid on the court, when those guys are in the court with Embiid, they know their role because Embiid is going to make up for it. So I need to find those guys that can at least contribute with Embiid on the court, but not do too much and do their role. The same thing. When Maxi's on the court, we're running and gunning. Who's those guys that can run with Maxi, but as well not be a liability? When we were subbing players out and we would leave Harden out there, we knew, the team about to go on a run who we're playing against because we knew the guys coming off the bench were a liability. Doc has to realize who we have on the bench, but as well, Doc and Daryl got to talk, and Elton got to be part of that conversation. And then Josh Harris need to just sit back and do what the hell he does is just sit back and basically watch. Don't interfere with what they're doing. Let these guys put a roster together that can compete and contend for a possible championship.
Yeah, man.
What you think, Charlie? Oh, I thought Charlie was laughing at the comment.
Simmons.
Simmons,
he Tatum under 20. You hold Tatum under 20. That was a dub every night. So that type of stuff, he didn't score, but you got it from other places. I'm not saying keep Simmons on the team because he's a bitch ass. That's the way he played that whole contract. He can't be in Philly. But what I mean though is like Thibault can lock you down, but you don't looking to get like 30 points out of Thibault. But I need Harden to give me 20. He's got to give me 20 points, man.
Hearing Jimmy Butler say Tobias Harris over me as he walked out of the.
It's crazy.
That's one of the most embarrassing moments in my Philly Sixers season, bro.
I don't know.
Tobias Harris over me?
No, Brett Brown over him.
That's the mindset I want on my roster, though. Because
I'm saying. I want that. But you know what? And this is including Embiid. The mental toughness of this team is just not there, and it's because during the as much as I love the whole trust the process era and us building this team and doing all this stuff, is we haven't had an actual solid veteran. Fuck what's his name, JJ Redick and the guys like that. I'm talking about a solid real life veteran who's going to be around this.
We had Jimmy.
Rid of Brett Brown.
They let him, but I'm saying that was a long-term part of it. They kept in this locker room on a consistent basis, and I think even though I love Joel's mental, I love how Joel will play through injuries, and I love that Joel wants to be a certain way. But at the end of the day, the mental toughness isn't there, and he hasn't had anybody in the situation to go ahead and put it on him like he should. And
exactly.
Look at Bam. Like Bam steps up because he does have Jimmy over there talking shit to him, holding him accountable. And we've never had that. And I think that is going to be the Achilles heel to this team. And I think that's why we're never going to see Joel go ahead and hoist that trophy in Philly.
Not even that. What Jimmy say? He said, y'all want to play physical? All right, game 2. I don't care if I go 0 for 0. I'm going to show y'all physical.
Yep.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
You need that mind.
But my question is this though. But my question is this to all you fellas. Are the Sixers? Right, we got it. Are the Sixers? Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's not even paying attention. Are the Sixers wasting Embiid's time?
Yeah, because Embiid at this situation, you gotta be in game one, man. It's your orbital ball. I got it hurts. Give me the shot, man. I'm playing. You think Murdoch couldn't have played? You did all that work, get to where you at, and you know you the guy. You gotta be there. Not only you are the best scorer in the league, but you all NBA defense.
It's not even that. The game is changing now. You're seeing a lot of these teams are starting to play small ball. So we benefit from it because we got a big man. But the league is going to start benefiting from having a 4 play a 5 because these teams can run and gun up and down the court, or just the opportunity out there. So we need to basically, take advantage of the situation because we got a talented big man before the climate of the NBA changed to this new small ball in a sense.
Our big man, you can leave him out there and he can dominate you in the post in this small ball because he can handle the rock. And a lot of them guys can't handle the rock, so they're useless out there. As soon as they put the ball on the floor, whoop, give me that. So I agree with you, Coach, on that one too.
I think with this team, I think the culture. You talk about leaders with Embiid. We saw a maturation process over the couple years. The fact that he's taken on that, getting better conditioned, becoming, in our hearts MVP, and to a lot of people's hearts MVP status. I think he showed out last season. I think you're talking about Harden, a guy who you're going to give $47 million. You talk about Beverly in his comments recently about what you need to get him to get to that level to be like, I don't like if you're getting that type of money, you have to bring a presence. It should come automatic. You should make others around you better and be kind of like that example. Obviously Harden has a skill set. You can't he's got star qualities, but does he have like leadership qualities? Like at this point in time, we're trying to get a championship in Philly. Does he have the right the mental makeup to be like, you gotta lock in? I think, can he do that? Can you trust him to lock in?
Well, I mean, and that goes in circles in trusting the process. I mean, right now, I don't think we do right now. I don't trust Doc. I mean, at this point,
I don't trust him.
At this point, put Sam Cassell at head coach right now. At this point, because I can see the fire. I can see the. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see it there. But with Doc, I just don't, because he's old, stubborn. He only likes his veteran. Like, for instance, why is DJ playing? Why is Paul Millsap playing?
Why? Exactly. That stuff is because he loses games because he does what he wants to do. And you're like, Doc, you're getting out coached right now. And he's like,
guys.
He's like,
hey, you guys.
You gotta fight, guys.
But
man,
what's that look that he does?
The meme.
Oh, man.
But like Gail said, you're seeing Embiid mature. When Embiid first came into the league, what was he doing? Getting stretched out, eating double quarter pounder with cheese. Now this dude,
the Shirley Temples, baby, the Shirley Temples.
He's locked into the game. I think Sam Cassell relates a lot more to these younger players because Maxey from last year to now, that's Sam Cassell all over that. He can relate and help these players improve to where they need to be. I think I wouldn't even be mad. I hate to do it, but I know the Spurs try to do it. Philly can go ahead and hop onto it, but I would bring Dawn onto it because look at the girls she just put in the WNBA. All of them are balling right now.
Oh, Becky,
every single girl Dawn put in the WNBA is balling right now.
I take the hot dog man at this point, bro. I'm sick of Doc, and I tell y'all right now, if we get into Game 7, I'm betting everything I got. I'm liquidating everything I have and betting on the other team. And that's
emotional
damage, most definitely, because it just got hot right when you talk about the Sixers. So let's go on.
I didn't realize everybody was still so triggered.
Yeah, because my God. All right, so let's all right.
Hey, but even Jonas is talking right out. He said, "I'm sorry, Daryl M is a dumbass for letting Doc Rivers come back. He's a one-time NBA championship coach for a reason. Garbage. And don't even get me started on that stupid son of a bitch, Brett Brown. I blame Brett Brown for letting Jimmy buckets go."
Brett said he couldn't get his 4 and 5 on the court at the same time.
Hey, listen,
It was a combination of Brett and
all right, let's hop on the next segment because I'm getting irritated right now.
Let's go to the Phils.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Phils, man. We're going to do 3 questions, then we're going to do the because it's almost we're only in 2 hours, and I got daddy duties to do. So, there we go. Could Bryce Harper be setting up for another MVP season? How do you guys feel?
Big C, go ahead, baby. This is your time to shine.
All right, man. All right, yeah. So once he gets, I gotta see how he reacts to the shot that he received.
For his UCL.
Yeah, for his UCL, because that's really crucial on whether they shut him down or whether they let him continue. I think they'll let him continue because it's minor to the fact where he is receiving a shot instead of having to get like a clean out or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, his batting is, it's one of the best in the NL right now. He's just literally crushing it. Like, you can't pitch to him. They're all pitching around him. He's always on base regardless. And with all that firepower in the back, you know what I mean? They should really turn it up. You know what I mean? They have a really tough schedule in May, if you look at their schedule. And they've been doing pretty good. They got it.
Hey, Charlie, can you fix your mic? Can you fix your mic?
You can't hear me?
No, it's like I can hear you, but it's breaking up though.
I was hearing him good.
Is that somebody? Somebody got to fix their mic.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard him clear.
It's like crackling. It's crackling. No?
I think that might have. Yeah, he's up there. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. That's weird.
Can you hear me good now?
Yeah, I could hear you. Well, somebody just did something.
I didn't touch anything.
You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you clear.
Yeah.
Charlie. You're good.
All right, cool. So, I think that I really have to base this because it's only been a month, 2 months. You got to really see how he reacts to this before you can consider him.
Yeah.
This guy got the wardrobe over there.
Yeah.
I love it, man. We'll keep laughing, bro.
Oh shit.
Oh man, love it.
I think you're right. We got to see how that injection's gonna it's gonna affect him. I mean, he's been able to bat through it, so they're saying he's just not able to. He's not going to be throwing from. They say he's not going to be playing outfield. But I mean, if he continues to be able to bat the way hit the way he's been hitting, then hey man, you never know. We never thought we were going to get this.
Think about it like this: last year, if this would have happened last year, he wouldn't have been able to be in the lineup.
Facts.
So you're not getting a bat, and you're not getting him on the bases. That's a really big.
And that's because the DH rule change that they made, which I don't know why a lot of old heads hate that.
I love it.
I love the DH.
But I think that the balls are juiced for some games.
Oh yeah.
They're not.
What was that? They changed the balls this year.
They did, but
they're not drug testing the same way they used to be either, right?
And they have a humidor for some of the stadiums, and the way the humidity is on the ball, it doesn't fly right. You make solid contact, it's just deep fly ball.
Yeah,
it's not popping off the bat.
They've been doing that at Coors Field for a long time because it's like up there in the altitude, so they get the ball in humidity.
Come on, the Phillies, Jawn. The Phillies flexing.
I got a custom for everything out here.
Hey man, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it just like this. I don't mind steroids in the MLB. When people were hitting all the baseballs, that was the most fun.
No, I don't either.
I'm 33, so I remember I was really hyped when we were talking about Sammy Sosa versus Mark McGwire. Like that was a really fun time, yo.
Yeah. Which Sammy Sosa, the white one or the black one?
Man, we do not acknowledge the white Sammy Sosa. We do not acknowledge the white Sammy Sosa. That is crazy.
I mean, okay.
Sammy Sosa's pink, actually.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
you
brother,
know what I'm
ain't
saying.
even-
Like
he
it
ain't
would
even-
one thing if he would have went to my complexion, but he went past Charlie's complexion. Like
I
that's
don't think
crazy.
he's in it too, man. I think he got.
Yeah.
It's crazy because on my screen I got Marcus, and then I got Gail, and then I got Charlie. So it's kind of like I have the progression from
Shades and shit.
Sammy Sosa started and where he ended up.
Damn.
Yo, he looked like Count Dracula on them cereal boxes.
That's so crazy, man. Like, yo, really? Is that what
Rico loves the juice?
Wow.
Wait, did you guys see last season of
Man.
last?
All right, Coach
season
Marcus,
of,
yo,
Atlanta?
let us know about the Phillies, man. And we got.
Wait, did y'all see
we
the
got
season
it.
2 of Atlanta where it was like the dude who looked like Michael Jackson?
No.
Y'all don't watch Atlanta?
I watched the first season.
Atlanta?
Yeah, you're the only person on this one. Sorry.
I don't even know.
Oh, I heard Atlanta's. I watched the first season, and then I was waiting for the second season to come out.
The third season's out right now. What are we doing, guys?
Well,
Come on.
I don't like to. My shit is I don't like to watch one season.
All right,
I
well,
want to
do
watch
this for me.
I want to watch 5 in a row. Like,
Do this for me. Now that the third season's out, when you watch the second season, the episode where they're buying the rainbow colored piano, there's gonna be a weird character on there. Just remember the Sammy Sosa comments, and you're just gonna start laughing.
That dude, yeah, he did look like Sammy Sosa. You gotta watch that one, Gail. That's it.
How you feeling about the Phils, Marcus?
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, sir.
All right, Bryce for MVP. I can see. I'm just looking at them two boys in New York. Judge and Scotland they almost at 50 home runs right now.
All right, check this out, man. It's May. And one thing I know about baseball, I've only seen one team, and they still didn't go all the way. That was the damn Lenny Dykstra Phillies. They was hot from the get-go, and they just was hot to the end. And then I don't know if you can blame it on Mitch Williams, but you could if you wanted to. But the team just fell apart in the work, But that's the only team I ever say is hot like that. You come out the box swinging like that, we're going to see what they do after the All-Star game. One injury, a little nag here, hamstring pull, something like that. Baseball's funny, man, because them dudes go to city party. So, maybe these guys are focused in the beginning of the season. Maybe they're not. We're going to see what happens. But I don't believe in the Mets going to hold it together.
But with the new DH rule now, you can rotate them. They don't have to really play the field. If Judge is hung over, hey, bro, just go ahead and, be DH this week.
Right. Just somebody can hit, somebody can play the field drunk. You'll figure it out, right?
Field drunk.
Ain't that what they did back in the day? Mike Gordon played coked up, right?
Yeah, that is hey, shout out to Darryl Strawberry.
Dwight Gooden.
Come on, man. Mickey used to be hitting it. Come on, man. For real.
All right, we got one more question, and then let's get up out of here, fellas. Is Gene Segura All-Star second baseman? How's he doing?
Gene Segura,
Segura,
baby. Is he? Hey, I think Gene Segura is making a place for. He's going to definitely be the starting second base in the NL All-Star. I'm just saying, straight up, my man's solid, hitting like a champ. You know what I'm saying? He's at a 0.9. This season, like, bro, he's the unsung hero on the Phillies. Like,
he's a family man,
and he's been doing it since we've got him. Like, so these past 3-4 years we've had Segura, like, he's been literally like, he's like he's the man on the low. Like, he's taking everybody's girl, but nobody knows it.
Right.
He's Mr. Steal Girl.
Mr. Steal Girl.
Talks to his joint and goes to bed. Boom, and he's ready to play the next day.
I tell you, she's going to bed, but Gene's picking her up for tacos.
Y'all too funny, man. Has anybody got anything else to say before we get up out of here?
No, I think Gene's he's consistent. He's always consistent. I went to the game the other day with Carly, and he did. It was against the Rockies. They won like 10-3. It was back in April.
Yo, didn't you go to that game, Gail? You went to that game, right?
Yeah, I think on draft
Yeah,
day.
It was Dollar Dog.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Dollar
I was
Dog night.
when I came back home. Yeah, you guys
It
went
was
to the
Dollar
game.
Dog night. Yeah. What did you say?
I sat with the Fandemic crew. Those dudes are crazy. They go to every game.
Yeah,
Every game.
That's crazy.
Every game.
They party like the baseball players, yo. It's so
Like home game or away game?
Every home game they're at.
They're there. Yeah.
They sit up in the left field second level. It's pretty dope.
Acuna and Howie's about to get the Phillies to work. Probably.
I like Gene because Gene, like I said, I think he's a family man. Man, he comes to play. He's not out partying with the rest of the guys. You know, they hit the first 4 and dudes are going wild, right? So, but he's there consistently. Always has the batting average. Always has the glove. I mean, I think he got hurt that one year, but other than that, dude is there. He's in there. You know, he's going to give you them hits, and he's going to do what he does. You can count on him every game in the game. So.
For sure.
Bro, and Gene Segura is literally like Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my boy. So, yeah, no, I think Gene Segura is definitely going to be definitely think he's going to be one of the starters in the second base when it comes to this All-Star game. I mean, it's real early still in the season, but, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can dream.
Definitely put him out there.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
All right, well. All right, fellas. Well, we definitely want to say thank you for all tuning in. Thank you so much, everybody in the comments. Thank you so much. We're 2 hours into this thing, so Gail, thanks for jumping on. Cops of the week. Does anybody have cops of the week before we get up out of here? Cops of the week. My wife got me this Eagles backpack, so I'm definitely going to be bringing this home. Anybody else? No?
Yeah.
Good.
My money green.
Oh, well, okay.
Custom built PS5 controller with the paddles on the bottom. Built it myself.
Air training one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Gail. Will, for showing off Phillies gear, shoes. Oh, word, yo. Like I said, we're me and Gail. We're gonna come up with the whole Phoenix thing, and stay tuned. And we'll get everybody acclimated and everything. Definitely want to take a time out and say, our prayers and our condolences to everybody in that was in that tragic situation in Buffalo. So definitely don't want to ignore that. And it's time to end racism. Let's do that. Everybody's a human being. Everybody on this panel is a different type of race, and you see us. We're all getting along, and we all love sports. But come on, man, let's stop the violence. All right. Yep. So definitely want to say that, man. I appreciate everybody for jumping on. This is the Swoop Boys. And anybody y'all got say our last word so we can get up out of here. I got duties.
Go
Birds.
I need to send to you.
Go Phils. Go you.
All right, let me know.
We all need Philly sports, baby. Hey, Gail, thanks for pulling up with us today.
Yo, thanks for having me, man.
My guy.
And we out. You're